So the Queen's death is no longer breaking news, and the temporary mania that gripped Britain for 10 days has begun to subside, although we will always be able to cherish clips like this one.
If not the last people, very much the last people.
Yeah, we were
in the queue last night. What was that like?
amazing. I think it's the best thing I've ever done in my life. Even having my children, Lily and Luca, I think this tops that. It was just amazing. I'm so pleased we did it.
But whilst the Queen's death resulted in an outpouring of admiration, there is another element to her life that didn't get so readily discussed: her and her family's abuse of animals. So I thought we would go through 5 key examples of how the royal family abuses animals. But before we do, I have something super important but also super positive to announce, and that is that I have joined the amazing company Abillion as a strategic advisor. If you haven't heard of Abillion before, they're a social media platform but with a unique twist unlike anything else. When you use the app, you can post reviews for vegan products, and in return, Abillion will give you $1 for each review to donate to one of the animal sanctuaries or animal rights organizations that they have partnered up with on their app. So you can support non-profits across the world without ever spending a penny. You can help animals like Rupert here at Surge Sanctuary by simply posting about your favorite vegan products. In fact, Abillion have already donated over £2 million to organizations and sanctuaries across the world that are helping animals. The app also shows you what vegan options are in the area that you are in, which is great if you are traveling or looking for new options to try out. And Abillion have also just launched a new exciting peer-to-peer marketplace where people can do things like sell their vegan products, create a fundraiser, or even teach a class. The platform has nearly 1 million members in over 170 countries worldwide. It is fundamentally a social media platform that is also working to create social goods. So in other words, this is a really amazing place for the vegan community to grow, to find out about incredible plant-based products, and to also help animals all at the same time. I mean, what is not to love? To become a part of the Abillion community, you can sign up now entirely for free by using the link in my description and become a part of their mission to help animals and create 1 billion vegans in the process. I'm so excited to be on board helping Abillion with their strategy so that they can help the most animals they possibly can with their platform, and I really hope that you will join me in this journey by getting involved and showing how technology and social media can be used as a force for real positive change. However, speaking of helping animals, if there is one family that animals need saving from, it's the royal family, and here's why. Number 5. The Queen's Guard, which I guess are now technically called the King's Guard. These are the famous King's Guards, and these are their iconic hats, which are called bearskin hats. Why? Well, because they are made from the fur of black bears. In fact, it is estimated that 100 black bear skins are bought each year to make these hats. And the cherry on top? Well, they're bought with taxpayers' funds. Yes, that's right. Taxpayers are paying for the skins of 100 black bears every year so that we can create these utterly ridiculous hats. Number 4. Hunting. The royal family are keen hunters. In fact, killing animals is one of their favorite activities. Animals they like to slaughter for pleasure include pheasants, ducks, grouse, deer, partridges, wild boar, and water buffalo. In the 20th century, the Queen and Prince Philip even hunted tigers, rhinos, and crocodiles.
A friend of mine was asked once, there was a sort of argument about it, how can you bear to kill all these things? What do you feel like when you pull the trigger? And he thought for a moment, he said, bang.
It's reported that Prince Philip, who was given the name the Trigger-Happy Prince, killed 15,500 captive raised birds in one 5-week spree at Sandringham, and then broke this record a few years later when he, alongside King Charles, Prince Andrew, and Prince Edward, shot a further 18,000 captive raised pigeons, pheasants, partridges, ducks, geese, and rabbits at Sandringham. This is just one family who have hunted tens of thousands of animals simply for fun. Prince Harry was even allegedly involved in the shooting of 2 of Britain's most endangered birds, the hen harrier. Although one silver lining is that Harry's wife, Meghan Markle, has in recent years reportedly encouraged him to give up hunting. Number 3, callously beating animals. The royal family don't just like shooting animals, they also like beating them as well. Prince Edward was even photographed beating 2 black Labradors with a wooden stick. This follows on from another time when he battered to death an injured pigeon. Prince Philip was involved in the shooting of a fox who was left to suffer for as long as 5 minutes before then being beaten and stamped to death. You'll be delighted, but probably not surprised, to know that the RSPCA decided against launching an investigation. The Queen herself was even caught beating a pheasant to death, hitting them repeatedly with her walking stick until they were dead. And in another example, she was also photographed wringing the neck of a pheasant. And these are just the examples where they've actually been caught. But wait, maybe it's a good thing these animals were beaten to death because they were injured, so maybe they were being put out of their misery. Except, of course, the only reason they were injured in the first place was because the royal family were hunting them. Number 2, abusing horses. The Queen was well known for her love of horse racing, not to be confused though with being a love for horses, as it sadly often is. After all, in 2021 alone, 220 horses were killed on racecourses in Britain. This number doesn't even include the unknown number who were killed in training or because they weren't considered good enough to race. And in 2021, over 1,200 horses from the racing industry were killed in abattoirs, with an unknown number of others being killed in stables simply because they are no longer able to be used for racing. Prince Harry has also been shown stabbing a pony with his spurs whilst riding them for a polo match, continuing to ride them as they bled from their injury. And on a different occasion, another pony suffered and died from a heart attack during a polo match where Prince Harry was riding them. Not to be outdone though, Princess Anne suggested that Britain should be considering, wait for it, a market for horse meat. Astonishingly, she suggested this at an event run by the World Horse Welfare Charity, which she was the president of, because nothing shows that you care about animals like advocating for them to be slaughtered so you can eat their flesh. Speaking of which, number 1, the consumption and production of meat, dairy, and eggs. No other industries cause more harm, suffering, and death to animals than the animal farming industries. They forcibly impregnate animals, steal babies from their mothers, mutilate animals, exploit them, and then force them into gas chambers or cut their throats. Not only do the royal family contribute to this by the virtue of not being vegan, but they even have their own animal farms as well. In fact, they farm and slaughter thousands of dairy cows, cattle, pigs, and hens. And on the point of farmed animals, Prince Harry was sadly photographed this year at the infamous Dallas-Fort Worth rodeo. The truth is, the royal family relish and enjoy the subjugation and killing of animals, from shooting them to beating them to exploiting them for entertainment, and indeed even farming them. If you're an animal, the royal family will find a way to cause you harm. But at least the corgis are in safe hands. So perhaps instead of saying God save the king, we should instead say God save the animals. So thank you so much for watching this video. As always, let me know down below in the comments what you thought of what it is that I had to say, and also let me know what you think about the royal family. And remember that you can sign up to 1 billion by clicking the link in my description. All right, guys, thanks again, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video.
Maybe it's love.